guys, and welcome back to the internet. So,
today we've got a guest star, the snacks.
Oh,
I said to move them. It's embarrassing, really.
On our last video, we spoke to you about our IVF journey very briefly, and the response was so nice and so positive, which is a first for the internet, isn't it? Not these guys though, they're lovely. And we decided together that I'd talk all about my journey. So we're gonna literally talk to you about every part of this journey.
And also, I made some notes for this video, even though it's your time to shine.
Oh.
And I went kind of back to the beginning, and I remember when we turned up to do the IVF, we were like, hi, what are we doing? So I think...
We didn't know where babies came from.
I still don't know.
Speaking of which, it's really great actually that our baby is sponsored by Surfshark, isn't it?
Yes, exactly.
And that Surfshark are solely responsible for funding my journey.
Yeah. So why did we do IVF?
Because we're running out of sperm, okay?
Yeah.
We're running out.
That's quite a big problem, actually. Obviously, like, there's plenty of sperm in the world, but it wouldn't be the same donor.
It was important for us to try and create a family where Ziggy was biologically linked to his half-sibling. So with IVF as opposed to IUI, you have more chances, so to speak, because one vial of sperm will go further.
So everyone's chances are different, but they gave us a 15% chance with IUI, and with Rose's IVF, they gave Rose a 50% chance of getting pregnant.
I like them odds.
I like them
That's
odds.
literally a yes or a no.
Yeah, not much in life is 50-50.
Right, let's think of things that are then.
Because that life isn't black and white like that. So go on, tell me something that's 50-50.
Alright, then I will.
When you're playing Who Wants to Be a
Be a millionaire. You took the words out of my mouth, bro. With IVF.
Me and men and women, it was 50-50.
Problematic.
People might say, well, why didn't you do IVF first? Why didn't we do IVF first?
The price! It's much more of an invasive,
What do you mean by that, for people who might not know?
You have to...
Because it's invasive having sperm shot into you, so what's...
Some people like it. You're kind of blowing up your ovaries, you're growing your eggs in order for them to be taken from you and fertilised by hand. You need to get your eggs to a certain point artificially with injections and tablets. And because I'm characteristic of polycystic ovary syndrome, they had to be very careful not to overstimulate my ovaries because there's something called overstimulation. Thank you, doctor. Hyperstimulation, where you get very ill because you're just too stimulated. So for me, I think it was 9 days of tablets, 7 days of one injection, and then another, I think 4 or 5 days of 2 injections a day.
They're trying to get many eggs to collect so they could fertilise many eggs, and then what they do is put back a fertilised embryo into you and try and get you pregnant.
It's science, isn't it?
It's insane science.
It's
the fact is I'm too hot for science. Always have been. The face says no.
You won't allow yourself
It's not
to learn
necessary for someone like me.
When it came to my injections and my symptoms, like some people can feel really sick, some people feel really bloated, some people feel awful. I felt fine.
You didn't get the sickness
the whole time.
And Rose has the thing where you're afraid of feeling sick. Do you know, I think I used to have it, but I actually got over it, but it was hard.
Like bisexuality? Because we're too hot for science, right, we're talking about IVF all wrong. So everybody who's done IVF or everyone looking to do it, they're gonna be like, sorry, that's wrong, that's also incorrect. We're not doctors, okay?
I disagree.
All we can do is talk.
I'm a doctor of love.
All we can do is talk inaccurately about our own experience.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay?
That's what we can do.
We never claim to be role models either.
We'll mansplain it to you, okay? And that's fine. So your eggs live in a follicle, and when they were scanning Rose, they can't see the eggs until they extract them. So Rose had 23 follicles, which is really good.
One of the biggest problems I've had throughout this whole experience is drawing blood. That has been the hardest.
No, they can't get. So
they
Rose doesn't have blood.
I don't have blood.
Right.
She went in with a butterfly needle, which is the smallest one, right? And nothing came out. I was sure she moved it inside the vein in it.
Like this.
I'm gonna have to come out. I was like, okay. In for a second time, pretty sharp. She goes in a third time, moves it around, and she's like, no, it's just not happening. I'm gonna have to go in through the hand. And I was like, so that was the hardest part of my journey. And then I went for my egg extractions. I had the best anesthesiologist. So Judy, I said, Judy, you're not gonna find a vein. You are absolutely, I mansplained it to her. I said, Judy, you're not going to find a vein.
And Judy said, shut the fuck up.
She said,
tell me how to do my job.
Shut the fuck up and get out. She said, I happen to be an anesthesiologist.
I can say it, but I can't say it.
For young babies. And she said, I can get blood out of the smallest of veins. I was like, not me, Judy. And then she did this, and then she got straight in, she went, there you go. And I was like, Judy, I don't think this is gonna... I'd just like to very, very casually interrupt this and say this video is sponsored by Surfshark, who are big fans of being too hot for science.
And I'm not 50-50 with Surfshark, it's Surfshark 100% all the way. Surfshark, woo! Eggs. eggs, follicles, eggs, eggs.
We love our eggs. We love our eggs. We love them wet, we love them dry, we love them hard, we love them fried.
Scrambled eggs, put salt and pepper on the scrambled eggs. Tabasco sauce, sriracha sauce, white mayo, on eggs. Eggs are chicken, period.
Stop.
Egg. In case you don't already know, Surfshark is an app or browser extension that lets you place your laptop or device anywhere in the world and lets you access the internet as if you're in that country.
You can use Surfshark to globally stream all your favourite shows no matter where you are.
It doesn't monitor, store, or keep track of your online whereabouts or actions in any way. Surf in a clean cyber ocean with no ads, trackers, malware, or phishing attempts.
Surfshark is a VPN that offers one account to use on an unlimited number of devices.
So use our code Rose and Rosie to get 3 extra months for free.
Surfshark even offers a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's no risk in trying it out for yourself.
Link in the description box below. So I come round and they're like, oh, okay, so normally at the end of the day, you might start getting a bit of pain once those painkillers wear off. I said, fine. The thing is though, I am in intense pain right now. Really, are you? I said, yeah, funny that, isn't it? It's like someone's been up with a needle or something. They go up your vagina with a very long needle through your cervix and into your ovary, and they suck all of the fluid, which contains each egg, out of you.
Yeah. So we ended up with how many eggs?
12 eggs.
Just because Rose had 12 eggs didn't mean she was going to get 12 embryos.
Not every fertilised embryo reaches the stage of blastocyst.
And not every egg will fertilise.
Out of the 12 eggs, I received the call that 7 of them fertilised exceptionally well, and that 2 of them were nearly exceptional but not quite, and 1 of them was just awful. And I was like, I'll take the awful one.
Rose called up her mum and sister and told them about it, and I heard her saying, I love the awful one.
So the next call was the most important call, and that was how many of those 10 fertilised eggs got to a stage where they were happy enough to say, that is good enough quality to implant and use as a chance for a baby. So out of 10, I get the call, and she goes, hi Rose. I go, hey, how's it going? And she's like, great. We've definitely got 1. And I was like, sorry? She's like, yeah, and it's an A grade.
1 grade is for the outside of the cell, and 1's for the membrane, the nucleus, the middle. So it could be like an AA or an AB or a BA.
This particular one was an AB, right? So A on the outside,
B on the inside.
Yeah, but still, that is like a top quality. The next day I get a call, and I was a bit dejected at that point. I was a bit like, wow, that could only be 1 chance, but still a chance. And she was like, I'm hoping that you're going to get another 2 because the signs are good but they're not ready, so I can't
As they continue to develop, she'll be able to grade them.
And I was like, oh, okay. I get the call the next day and she's like, the good news is you've got an AA. And I was like, really? And she went, the thing is, it has developed atypically. And I was like, okay, what does that mean? She was like, well, the behaviour of the cell wasn't the typical splitting, but the quality is still AA. And I was like, I like her already.
Her or him?
They're all girls, I know it. And then we get another call, and my 3rd one made it. It was a BA, so not as
on
hot,
the outside.
not as hot.
And that's science, so I'm not getting into
And that is science. So those are my 3 embryos. I've got my AB, my AA, atypical, and then I've got my BA.
What's interesting to me is we've got these 3 embryos in the freezer. Once it's an embryo, once the sperm and the egg meet, that's the DNA of a person for life. That embryo is going to be its own person, whoever it is. But it's hard not to immediately get attached then to the idea of them. If it implants, then that's a pregnancy, and if it fails to implant, then Rose is
I'm
pregnant.
fully prepared for disappointment because I think that's the healthiest way you can go into this. The whole journey, sponsored by Surfshark, has been one of the most up and down things I've ever done.
Well, like I said, you get attached. You know, it already is its own person, and you're kind of trying to imagine who that person is.
Rose Jr.
And it's a lot. Obviously, Rose has 3 chances at getting pregnant. If Rose doesn't get pregnant, I'm more than happy for Rose to use up the last vial of sperm. Say that didn't work. There's more sperm out there.
I think I would do another round.
Good.
And then I know that I've done everything I could.
I like that.
And then I think that after that I would...
Would you go to IUI with
This is one of the
new
hardest
sperm?
things. I was talking about it with my therapist this morning. When do I actually stop putting myself through this, both emotionally, physically, financially? When do I stop doing it? But hopefully, I'd have to think about that right now because I haven't even really, well, I have started the process, but I haven't started. And I'm excited to try, and I'm nervous to try. I'm excited.
You're just excited.
Yeah. So that's where we're at. That was our experience, and I think overall it's actually been really positive, and I would encourage anybody who had any fears about IVF to find that courage and go for it, because my experience was really good. And whatever happens now, I know that I've tried and I'm pleased with that. And I really appreciate all the really positive comments, actually, the really lovely supportive comments I had in the last video. And I hope this video, even though probably scientifically inaccurate, was at least a little bit entertaining, because we are quite hot still. And I hope that it gives people a little bit more knowledge about how science doesn't really work and how we don't really know what we're talking about
Science
in any way.
Yeah.
And that, fingers crossed, everything is just 50-50 at the end of the day. What's not 50-50 is my love for Surfshark, like you correctly said.
Exactly.
Don't forget to check out Surfshark using the link in the description box below and use our code, and we will see you guys very, very soon. Mwah! Bye! Bye!